Stream elements. Bill 1949T is now live. Streaming DCS World, My Flight Simming, DCS. Streaming
Radio check. 124 check.
Yep, good radio, Joe.
Alright, there were some infantry who were beating up my hog, but they stopped shooting at me. I don't think I have any failures, but on the north side of the runway, if anyone wants to take them out.
Yeah, I was just looking at those. I've jumped in a spit so that I can have a go at them.
Yep, that would be appreciated. It's going to be a few minutes slow to airborne.
Copy that. Got to get armed and take off.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Yeah, 124 check.
Yeah, copy. Alexa, despite a couple of hours last night after flying, I couldn't get my sound back for Echo 19. I've tried. I'm probably just doing things wrong, but I tried reinstalling it, but didn't get there. I'm stuck with the DCS sound. Well, I'm saying despite reinstalling it, I think I did, but there are certain things I weren't going to do because it said like copy these folders and put them there, but the folders that were there are much larger. So I renamed the existing larger ones to old, those folders, and then dropped the new folders in, which were smaller, and then DCS wouldn't start. There's a bit of a process as well, to be honest. It is for me anyway. It might not be for someone else. Actually, Alexa, I've just had a thought about that. the two folders that I didn't want to overwrite because they were much bigger, I renamed to old. I'm just wondering if I should have copied them and renamed the copies to old, and that when I drop the other two files in, it simply would add to those folders. Does that sound feasible?
Yeah, it might not be doing a complete replace, it just might be a partial overwrite.
Yeah, well it does, they do say on a video that I was watching that every time DCS updates you'd have to do this, and of course I haven't had to do that. I haven't lost the Spitfire sound before, but I think it's the core will need a partial install every time, and in theory the others, the Spitfire, won't. But I'm just wondering if, because I renamed those folders to old and then dropped in the new, when it dropped them in, it didn't then add, because you get the option to overwrite, don't you, or replace files. So I'm thinking that perhaps I needed to drop those folders in, like to be safe, to save those two folders as old, as new, separate copies of old, and then drop the files in. And then I'm thinking that the files in the new folders that I'm dropping in would then be expanded by the new files that I'm putting in. Does that sound right?
Yeah, like I was saying, it's the files that you're dropping in are probably only partial files, it's not the entire folder. So yeah, the fact that it's smaller, it doesn't mean you're replacing the folder, it just means you're replacing some files. So yes, make a copy, and the copy will prompt for a rename anyway, and then do the copying in of the files.
PTT stuff.
Oh, I'm on a permanent management. Hang on.
That's it. Your PTT seemed to be stuck on.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm going to have a go at the infantry that are just north of the airfield, and at some point later I will try doing that. It just occurred to me that when I'm dropping the folders in, it's not replacing the folders, it's only adding files to those folders that are in the new folders, and that could well be the answer. This don't sound like my spit anymore.
To the east, so I turned it on the runway.
Only got a bit of that, Joe. Say again.
Taking off of the taxiway, there's infantry on the east end of the runway, so I couldn't taxi there.
A copy. I'm going to take off from 08 and have a go at the infantry.
Yeah, I can hop over to the east side if you're heading northbound.
Say again, Lexor.
I was heading over to I can head over to the east side if you're going north.
Oh, I see you're saying. Actually, there's a few places, isn't there? There's a few enemy infantry bases there, so yeah, okay. I'll go for the north one.
I might have to scratch that. It looks like I got engine damage, although it wasn't actually shot at.
Oh.
So I'm going to very quickly respawn and be there in a second.
Copy that.
Run in on the infantry to the east. Bill, you can have the ones on the north.
Yep, copy that, on my way. Darn it, I just shot our own. Sorry, chaps. Made a turn and lost the bearings on the ones I was looking at. Hit the wrong ones.
Alright, there's no penalty for friendly fire yet.
East infantry taken out.
Roger.
Oh, they've hit me.
Who, the infantry?
Yeah, they've hit me as the pilot.
Oh,
Got the old and heartbeat going. See if I can go in for one more strike. I think there's about one of them left. Okay, they're dead. I need to land.
Roger, good luck.
What was that? I think I'll come in from the west because there's enemy stuff around to the east. In fact, I just flew over some. That was crazy. That was daft. Finals, sorry, I'm downwind at the moment. I'll be turning base in a minute and then soon on to final, so I'll be landing soon if that's good with everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rearm.
Copy that. Okay, on final says 08. Well, not sure what happened there. I didn't put much brake on, I've just nosed over. Oh, I've got a feeling my gear collapsed. Yeah, my gear collapsed and it wasn't that bumpy I landed. I did make a slight bump, but it wasn't that much, so they must have hit my gear mechanism. So I'll get repaired. I'm in the middle of the runway, but I'm just... Oh, hang on. They probably won't repair me. I'm not in the right place. Let me try.
Request repair. Unable to comply.
Right, they've said unable to comply rather than not responding, so I don't know why that would be. Okay, I'll respawn.
Copy.
Alright, I've just stood up, I pulled my earphone out and it's the little rubber bit that's come off the end, so I've got to get a new one. Right, it's not the right size, but it's working at the moment, so let's get on with jumping in a spit and having a go at some of these infantry that are over here. Lexor's going to have a go at some by the looks of it. I might go for those. And while I'm at it, I'll put my software on for my seat. My seat hasn't been buzzing at me, I just realised, because I didn't put the software on. Okay. Normalise everything. Bill 49, I'm back.
Copy that.
Yeah, I stood up, and as I stood up, I pulled my headphone out, and because I forgot to unplug it, and the little rubber bit that goes in your ears, I don't know where that's gone, so I've had to dig out another one. Not quite the right size, but it'll do.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
And for those watching that haven't heard me say already, my Echo 19 engine sound is not there at the moment. I think it's to do with the last update of DCS, and there are things that I need to do, which I tried to do last night. Now I've realised something, and I'll try it again later on, probably after
Rearming
time
complete.
tonight, see if I can get my proper Spitfire sound. This doesn't sound like a Spitfire now. Good DCS sound, not the Echo 19 sound. Okay, I've been fueled, been rearmed, let's go for them. This almost doesn't sound like an engine. If I had enough time, I might even come out of DCS and try doing what I need to do to see if I can get that sound back. I'll go for some infantry first. Makes you realise how good the Echo 19 sound is when you revert back to the DCS sound. Okay, 49 for takeoff, 08. Oh, I haven't set my trims. Haven't set my trims. Yeah, because I've done it once earlier on, I'm forgetting that I haven't done it now. I see, at least I'm feeling my gear come up now because I've got the software running for my seat. Let's see if I can find those infantry. There they are.
Say again?
Sorry, that was meant for my stream. I've just found the infantry. There they are. There, the ones that are slightly northeast.
Right, east end of the runway is clear.
Copy. Well, that seemed to get rid of them in one hit, so that's good. There's also one very north of the airfield. Say one, I don't know how many, but there's an enemy infantry there. Can't see them. There's a very bunky. There's a few of them there. Okay, so that's where they are. I can't actually see them. I just know that the shots are coming from there. That looks like it got them all. 5 dead, yeah. There's some more south of the runway. Airfield. Might jump back in a Chinook in a little while, but I also feel the need to get out and try and get my sound back. Okay, I think I'll land, and I think I'm going to see about getting my sound back from my engine. So I'm really not happy with the fact that this doesn't sound like a Spitfire anymore. At 49, I'm going to land, and I think I might take myself out a minute and see if I can do that thing with the folders. Hopefully it won't take very long at all.
Okay.
Land
Alrighty.
first. Okay, 490 finals on 08.
Two JDAMs killed the entire bridge position in one drop.
Excellent.
Is that the easy bridge or the nasty bridge?
What's the nasty one?
Shulker's off to the east.
Oh, that one. I could never find the shulkers on a targeting pod. I don't know why. It's because they're so like low heat signature, especially in the city too. They're really hard to find.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gone for a minute. I'll be back.
Okay.
There's no way one guy survived that. Okay, I'm gonna.
Right, this means I'm closing down DCS. I can leave the stream running just to just because. Well, just because. So I'll leave the stream running, but I'm gonna get a couple of folders and do a little bit of work and drop them in. So if anyone wants to drop a message in the meantime, obviously they're very welcome to do that. I don't know how quickly I'll be able to respond because I'll be thinking about what I'm doing. And the reason I closed DCS is because I'd probably have to close it and open it again anyway to pick up the new files if this works. One of these is going to be a bit of a slow process. Well, it's not slow, it's actually happening quite fast, but it's quite a lot to transfer. What I have to do is drop 2 folders into my DCS installation folder, but I don't want to just overwrite what's there just in case, so I'm saving the ones that were already there and then I'll drop the other folders in on top of the existing ones which are not copies. If that all works okay, I can then get rid of the copies. At the moment it's 20% complete on that folder that I'm doing. There's 2 folders that I have to do. I really hope it brings my sound back because it doesn't sound like a split anymore. And this is a result of DCS update. So there are going to be occasions when I have to do this again when there's another DCS update. It knocks out certain files, but not every time because it's the first time that I can think of that I've had to do this to get the sound back. Nearly 40% complete. Okay, 50% basically on that particular folder. Perhaps I'll try to do the other one at the same time. I don't know if it's going to slow this down, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to have to copy those elsewhere because it's now eating up disk space. Damn it.
Micah Delta underscore DCS. Hi Bill.
Hi, Mike. Well, you'll see there's not a lot of flying going on at the moment. I've been trying to get my... I was flying, and that's why the stream's still running. I thought I was going to be going back in fairly quick. I'm trying to get my Echo 19 spit sound back, and
Micah
it's just
Delta
marched
underscore
on.
DCS. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's given me all sorts of issues. So now I'm actually, I did stuff according to what a video said to do. And I think the video's safe enough, it's good enough, but for some reason now DCS doesn't start. It asks me for a login, which it never used to, and it doesn't start. So I'm doing the login, and now what I've done, I'm using the repair utility and see if it repairs it. If it doesn't, I'm out of DCS until I can get it working again. just waiting for the repair to complete. If you're still there, sorry Mike, you might not be there. Why am I apologising to you if you might not be there? If you're not there, I don't need to say sorry.
Micah Delta _ DCS. Yeah, I had that issue once or twice. Good luck, I'm sure it will fix it.
Well, I hope so. It's still saying waiting for operation to complete, which is fine, I think. Because what was happening was I was starting it in the normal way. It was asking me to sign in, which I did. And then once I did that, it didn't start DCS. It just like gave the impression it was going to start it, but didn't run DCS.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, hi Mike, you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you got all that.
Yeah.
It's been very messy. You have to drop a couple of folders. Well, once you've had this like update from DCS, every now and again you have to update a couple of folders from the core mods folder, the new one. And I sound very much more knowledgeable than I am on this, believe me. So we have to drop those folders in. And I thought, well, if I'm dropping I'll just check the sizes. So the new core mods folder was very small. The one existing was very large. And I'm thinking, well, if I drop that in, it might mess it up. So I decided to copy them elsewhere first. That was going to take ages, so I didn't bother. So then I said, no, I'll just do what the video says to do, and I'll drop those in, because what should happen is it should, as I understand it now, it should simply put the folder, the files in that you need.
Yes, it should. Yeah, it'll just update whatever is there. Yeah, with those particular files. Should just update them and away you go.
Yeah.
But if there's a there are a couple of files that could cause it to lose your login details, and therefore you've then got to redo that. That's why you probably then had to re-log in.
Yeah, well, I did do the relogging, and I set it to auto login for future. It's just told me that it's successfully repaired. Okay, well, we'll see, because I think it says that anyway. Even if you do a repair when you don't need it, I think it says successfully repaired. So I'm going to okay that and then just see if I can run it again.
Well, the successful repair is a case of, it's just gone through everything and then checked it. If it comes, I think if the checksum comes back as okay, I think that's okay. That's what you get. But yeah, I had a good night doing the. What do we do tonight? A lot of combined arms, and then Kiowa. I was being taxied around in the Kiowa.
All right. Oh, hey, look, good news. It looks as though DCS is starting. Now, whether that means I'm also going to get my sound back, I don't know. So I'm just going to click launch DCS and cross my fingers again.
Yeah. And then I ended up with jumping in the A10.
All right.
Finishing that.
I've done a bit in the Chinook again tonight, but after I'd flown that a little bit and then crashed because I lost concentration and I crashed it. But there was some infantry
really
above
easy.
the runway. Yeah, there's some infantry sort of just north of the runway, enemy infantry. So I thought, oh, well, I'll get into my comfort zone, jump in a spit and go and hit them, which I did. And then I thought, no, I can't handle this engine sound now. It's the DCS Spitfire sound, and it's just not.
Yeah.
We're going in.
Are they going to add that to the system, or is it just going to be a mod?
And what? Sorry.
For the a DCS or ED, are they gonna add the sound mod into DCS, or is it just going to be a mod?
I think it's only going to be an external thing. Well, it'd be nice if they did it so it took that complication out, but I don't think somehow they're going to do that. It'd be nice if they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you use the Echo 19 sound?
I haven't got it on. No. I have had it once. I did try it. But since I redid everything, I haven't reinstalled it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to. I'm going to do exactly normal. I'm going into the server and give this a shot. See what I get.
Yeah, I see you got. I can see it's loaded in there. Oh, it's on the thing. On your bottom bar there, I can see core Echo 19.
Yeah, and it's a different symbol actually.
Mm. Yeah. I wrote on the thing after put you on Discord, and then I put a question mark, and then it come back auto mod. It's been checked by the moderators, and I'm like, come on.
Hang on, what's that? You lost me completely there, Mike. Sorry.
Oh, on the text messaging, I just put on there to say you on Discord because I didn't know if you were on.
Oh, okay.
And then I put a question mark in it, and then it come up and saying it's been checked by the mods, and I'm like, come on, seriously?
Okay.
I mean, if you can't write a word, a sentence with a question mark at the end of it, and it doesn't understand it, I think that's a bit of a poor.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's start this darn thing and see what it sounds like. I'm a bit frightened to try it. I've got a horrible feeling it's not going to have changed.
Fingers crossed for you. Yeah, if you want sometime next week, or this next coming week, if you want to do some bit of flying, I would highly recommend in the Huey, because I'll show you how to get things set up and what have you.
Okay. Well,
I know
like I
you're
say,
saying that I know you said that you're not quite, it's not one of your, you're not as good as flying in the Huey, but after about 20 minutes, you'll be fine.
I'd like to think so. See, part of my problem is the muscle memory business because when I fly the chopper, my right hand throttle that I use like for my Spitfire, I use that for the collective, and I have it set so that it moves in the same way as the collective. So I've got to think in reverse as far as the collective is concerned. I've got to think in reverse.
I would highly recommend you actually change it. It's but saying that, if you haven't done that sort of stuff, if you haven't changed it, then just
I think I've got to just plod on. With the Chinook, I'm much more comfortable. All I've got to really try to think of is this is not a throttle, it's push it forward to go down and pull it back to go up. That's the guts of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, now what have I done here? Have I primed it? I think I've done everything. I'm terrible when I'm talking, aren't I? I think I've done everything. Let's give it a start.
Well, clear.
I'm not sure. It's difficult to tell on the ground how much difference it. The time it really notices is when you're flying reasonably low and you've got the canopy open. And the sound from this Echo 19 is brilliant then. Right, let's just let's get going.
I haven't got the turn it up. It does sound different.
I hope so. I haven't got armed, so I can't go shooting anything.
I must admit, I do like flying the Mosquito.
Yeah, that's nice, but to me, because I fly the spit a lot, the Mosquito is still sluggish. It's nice that you can shove rockets on it. I wish I could shove rockets on the spit. I'll be in heaven then.
Yeah, you'd need a later version, wouldn't you? Really?
Well, yeah, but the Mark 9 for me is the top of the tree for spits. It's the later marks, especially when they changed it to the bubble cockpit, which I'm sure the pilots love because they get better view. But in terms of what the thing looks like, this is the top of the tree for me, the Mark 9. Noticing any difference in sound when I stick my head out. I'm not sure if I should because I don't normally do that. I don't normally try it. It does possibly sound more like an engine than the other one did. I'm just going to pause for a moment and put my volume up on voice meter. Perhaps it is sounding different. Let's go. Oops. As I say, I can't hit anything. I can only fly about at the moment. But the other, like the DCS one, by comparison, doesn't sound much like an engine. I think this is sounding more like an engine, so I'm crossing my fingers that because the time it notices when you're actually flying, taking off, and say flying low. Especially when you've got a canopy closed and you're fairly low, and you open the canopy, then you get this you get like a phasing effect, like from the prop wash. It's really nice. Right, final checks. I'll put my lights on for no reason whatsoever. Okay, let's go. I'm thinking that it hasn't done it because I'm not getting that sound when I stick my head out to one side. No, this is not the Echo 19 sound. But notice it sounded a bit better once I turned the sound up on my voice meter on my mixer sort of thing, but it's not the Echo 19 sound.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I used it. So.
I definitely want to get it back because it makes that much difference. So when you stick your head out like that and you start moving around and you get this phasing effect in the prop wash that you don't get with the DCS sound.
Well, if you just come out of the mission and then go to the cog at the top.
Ah, is it possibly
You're,
not enabled?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I've got to enable it or something. Hang on, where is it? Oh no, I'm in the wrong
no,
place.
Sorry, go back. Yeah,
It's not the
sorry,
cog,
yeah,
it's this one, isn't it?
It's the next.
Yeah, it's that. Right, installed. Should it be listed here?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Installed, and then be down the bottom.
But I don't know if it actually shows it though. Yeah, no,
Scroll to the
audio
bottom.
enhancement, Echo 19, but it's greyed out.
Yeah, well, it's the thing's turned on, so it should be on.
Yeah, but look, it's greyed out. Echo 19 is greyed out compared with all the other stuff.
But the Viacom and the A4 is grayed out as well. It's because it's not. There's a mod, you see. They're not.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it says it's running, but it actually isn't.
Yeah.
It actually isn't doing it. I thought it might just be a case of okay, let's restart DCS, but no, it's not. It's not having it. I'm really sad about that. If I can't get that back, that's really a big chunk
what I
of
would do
fun.
is close it. You know, on the startup screen.
Yeah.
If you go to the startup screen and then where is it? I'm just going to close mine and have a quick look. You've got the startup menu, so you'd have to go back to basically close DCS and then restart. You know where you get the splash screen?
Yeah.
And then on the left hand side, go onto the thing there, and then just make sure that it's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me.
Yeah.
And I'll have to stop speaking probably because I use the push to talk. The push to talk uses the control key for various reasons, which we use the control key as well as part of it, and it messes things up if I speak whilst it's loading in. So let's stop the profile and start it again. I'm going via target software. Okay, so on the left hand side, you're saying before launching DCS, the left hand side settings, do you mean?
Yeah, so I'm just looking at, I'm just having a quick look at myself, just to see if there's anything in here that. So it's not under settings, is it? So it'll be under.
On files, I've got a red dot. Does that means I've got to enable something? Just click it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything extra in there.
Oh, hang on. New version 8394. There's a new version update. I'm not sure what this is telling me. What it's a new version of? But on this splash screen, or on this screen that we're saying where you can see your files and your cog before you
Yeah.
actually launch, it says new version.
A new version. So
2914 8394.
yeah, that's the current one. Yeah.
Okay, so but it's given me the option to update.
That might be why then, if you're not updated.
Let's try that.
It's only a small 10 gigabyte file. A small 10 gigabyte file. DCS it's bloody small.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Things have marched on a bit, haven't they, since we started using computers in terms of size and speed.
Well. Yeah. Well, I mean, remember your whole game would have been, I mean, talking what, 25 years ago now, so the whole game would have been about 800 megs, something, 600 meg.
Crazy.
Yeah. Whereas, now, you're talking, well, DCS update is 100 gig.
Yeah.
And some of them, friggin' Jesus.
Of course, it
It's
depends on
crazy.
what you've got as well. Right, successfully
It is, yeah.
updated. Okay, so it's updated. I think I've got to stop the profile and then start DCS again now then. It's not, or is it? I don't know if it's doing it automatically. It is doing it automatically. Right, I've no longer got a red dot on files. Now, of course, that won't necessarily solve the issue, but I'll launch DCS now and see what that does. I'm surprised I could get into the server actually if I had a different. Oh, unless the server's now got to be updated. Probably find I can't
No,
get into the server.
no, they changed that, didn't they? They allowed you to continue, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think they changed that, but obviously, if there's certain things maybe not working, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, nothing is simple now. I mean, the facts are that if we want stuff to be able to do a lot of things, it's going to be complex, and if it's going to be complex, there's going to be issues occasionally. Right, DCS is
Yes.
apparently starting, and I'm on 8394.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I'll do, I think, is just see if it'll let me in on the server. Shouldn't be talking. I might mess up it coming in. Okay, we'll try again. Now, I think I'm hearing a difference there that I wasn't hearing before.
Yeah.
I see, maybe I'm just kidding myself. I'll get loaded up just in case.
Yeah. I have to keep turning the volume up and down because
Request refueling.
obviously I'm hearing you discuss.
Request rearming.
Alright.
Otherwise
Copy.
I'm hearing you twice.
Yeah, can you, come you'll get me to, alright. So you're getting me on the stream and on Discord?
That's right. But yeah,
Right.
it's small. It's only a small price.
Refueling complete.
Okay. Let me just check some things. I'm terrible when I speak, I forget to do stuff. So I might be kidding myself. It did sound a bit different when I stuck my head out of the cockpit.
Rearming complete.
That might be sounding okay. I shouldn't be talking ahead, I should just wait until I get airborne. I didn't notice any difference in sound that time I stuck my head out, probably because I'm moving, I don't know. You fly this bit much there?
Not too much. I have, you know, I do fly from time to time.
I love it, it's my favourite of all times. I wouldn't care if all the other aircraft disappeared as long as I could have this one, and ideally with the Echo's 19s. Okay, restop. Now I'm getting the I'm getting the breezy noises, but I'm not getting the rest of it. Wishful thinking earlier on. This is just the DCS sound. Close the canopy, and when you open it, that's when it really notices. Nah, I'm not getting it. Oh, the guns sound different, I can't remember. Oops.
Well, my friend, I'm going to have to call it a night because it's just getting on. So,
Okay,
good
sir,
luck,
thanks for being there.
no problem. We can get it sorted.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that I need to go back in again and look at that bit where it was turned on, and although, no, it will still be greyed out though, won't it,
Yeah.
as you say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe there's more. Got something else I've got to do on the install of mods.
Well, after you've repaired it, you might need to put it back in.
But that's not impossible. Actually, yes, it might have restored it back to standard. So I might find myself going through a cycle though, because when I put those folders in, it then didn't allow DCS to start.
Yeah.
Mind you, that maybe that's because I didn't have the latest version.
Maybe.
Nothing straightforward, is it?
Right. Okay, mate. Well, get it sorted. That should be. I'll try and catch you during the week. What time do you normally come on? UK time.
Well, during the week I don't. I only usually fly at Friday and Saturday. Today was a separate because we had trouble on Friday, as you're aware. So just to make up for a duff Friday, we did a Sunday. So that's not usual.
Well, if you're, I mean, if you say I've got any time during the week, I'm usually.
What I'll do is if I just find myself flying during the week, I will I'll put Discord on. So I don't normally run Discord. I just not put it on when I'm flying.
Well, if you send me a message on Discord.
Yeah.
I'll be quite happy to jump in. I'm on. I mean, I don't won't be. I'm not on. Not doing anything during the day because you know I've given up work now because of health reasons and what have you.
Oh right.
But,
Well, I've got. I mean, I don't have to go to work anymore, but I find there's other things that sort of I should be doing. I should be picking up guitar, but I've struggled to muster the enthusiasm, which I have been for the last 5 years. I'm not sure how much you're aware, but I lost my wife 5 years ago, and since then it's a lot of things have been really difficult. So getting the enthusiasm to play, especially with my wrist issues, which I might have told you about as well. My wrists don't bend. So if you try playing guitar with a left wrist that doesn't bend, you've really got a bit of a fight on your hands. So I look at the guitar and I think, can I be bothered? Getting the enthusiasm for it, especially under current circumstances, which don't seem to be changing. So,
I know what that's like. I mean, I broke my left wrist years ago when I was a young lad, and I always struggled holding a rifle when I was in the army. So it was.
It's a pity.
It was always something. It was always something I struggled with. I ended up going out to America. I did the Warrior Games. With the British Armed Forces.
All right.
And I went twice. And the first time I did the rifle shooting, and it was just so painful to hold the rifle.
Which wrist was that? Left.
Left wrist, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the one that's going to take the right weight of the rifle, isn't it?
Yeah. So the next time I said, "All right, stop it. I'll do the pistol shooting." And it was the 177. Is it 177 pistol? The like the international sort.
I don't know what the not be 22, would it? Well, it's either one. Yeah.
No.
177 or 22.
Yeah. And anyway, so I won gold medal for that.
Nice. Lovely. I love shooting. I haven't done it since I was a cadet. While I was a cadet, I did get my RAF marksman, which is like 4-inch group over 200 yards with 303. And when I went back to the squadron as a civilian instructor, and although I didn't know at the time the guy was going to be my father-in-law, he was the warrant officer, and we went up on the range, and he said, "Go on, get down and put 5 down." So I put 5 down, and at the end of the parade, final parade on that night, CO called me up and presented me with my Air Training Corps marksman badge. Still got that.
Nice.
But I love shooting. I do love shooting. Target shooting. I couldn't shoot anything else.
Yeah. I did. I had never shot with that pistol at all, ever, and I had 3 hours worth of training before the shoot.
Blimey. You're obviously a natural, mate.
And I sat and listened. To different instructors teaching the other people, and I was sitting listening. And one of the guys said, "This is the top people in the world don't put the pistol down. Period, from start to finish."
Right. Okay.
I tell you what, it was probably one of the most memorable things I've done in my life. There's only a couple of things that when getting married. The other one was in the military. Was people say, "Oh, what was the most memorable thing?" And apart from sort of nearly falling off a cliff and killing ourselves, was we was out in Bosnia. And we took a load of humanitarian aid to this group of village in the middle of nowhere. It took us hours to drive. The road was just unbelievable. It was awful. I think it had more craters on it than the moon did. anyway, we dropped all the stuff off, and you know these people were really sort of suffering. You know, they hadn't seen nobody had been out there for a good couple of years. You know, we took beds and cookers and food and blankets, just everything that you know. You would need.
Yeah.
And we said, look, and you know what we took was, you know, I mean, it was welcome, but it was nowhere near enough. And we said, look, we're we're penciled in for doing other stuff, so we couldn't really sort of go and do
Yeah.
stuff. But we said, look, you know, we're on you know, we're on off duty tomorrow. You know, we'll just do it. You know, we'll just get, you know, we'll just get the vehicle. We'll just go back and do it again. And so that's what we did. What a drive that was! I mean, you know, 2 days of going. You know, it took us the whole day to get there and back again.
Oh.
And because they didn't like you driving at night, you see, because of the mines and stuff that was.
Yeah.
You know, it was quite dodgy. So we had to be, you know, we had to be there and back within the daylight hours, you know.
Yeah.
So it was.
What a powerful
It
memory.
was good. Yeah. But that you know, that was great. And this, you know, this pistol shooting was, you know, is up there with that.
Oh, absolutely, it would be. Yeah, I can well imagine that.
You know, so the pistol shooting. So when you do it, you get 1 minute 50 to fire two rounds. I think the initial one you do something like 30 rounds or something, and then that kind of grades you into the sort of into the tier group.
Yeah.
And then what happens then is the last two then the last two then do a shoot off, and then the last, you know, gets knocked out. And anyway, so I did my first sort of shoot, and I was down at the bottom. So anyway, so I did the first. And this, you know, I kid you not, you just couldn't make this shit up, you know. So I was down I was literally at the bottom, ready to be knocked out. Anyway, so I beat the person, and then went into the next round. Each time and every single, so from that point on, you then did 2 shots, and then you know, and obviously at the end of that you'd be then into the knockout group. So each time that we did it, I then just jumped up a place.
Excellent.
And I just kept going up. So, but the problem was, every time I kept going up, somebody was dropping out, and I was like, you know, and I was like, so I was kind of sort of always on this sort of cusp. But I only been in that knockout group once. That was right, you know, and it got right to the end, and there was 3 of us. There was a girl and another guy and me, and we ended up knocking her out. She got bronze, and this guy was from SOCOM, Special Operations Command.
Right.
You know, so, and he'd won it twice before, apparently. So, anyway, obviously I went in and...
That's a double feather in your cap then.
Oh, yeah, so, and the thing is, I mean, because what I did was, when I was doing my shooting, because you kind of sit 90 degrees, you basically face down the line, and then you sort of, your arms stretched out to the right or left, depending on which way you're shooting,
Right.
which hand you're shooting. And then so you shoot at 90 degrees to yourself. So anyway, so you know, you take your shot, and then you put your pellet in, and then what we'd do is I'd take the shot within the first 20 seconds, and then I had another minute and whatever. And so what I would do is I would just sit and close and breathe. And
Yeah.
do just the breathing,
Yeah.
you know, just take that breath, you know, and just control it. And that's what I did. And that's how I, you know, and I think what I did was I actually got in the guy's head. Because I was taking it, and it took, you know, the full length. All the guys on this final shoot, the guys who were in the big tent, they were like, just fucking shoot, you know. And so I'd taken the first shot, and obviously at that point I only needed 7 or more. So basically, as long as I hit inside the black, as long as even if I clipped the black, I won. It was as simple as that.
Excellent, excellent.
But I took my time. I did, and I just sat and I watched the clock, and I said, open my eyes, close my eyes, open my eyes, close my eyes. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and then got up, put it in, and then looking at the clock. 3, 2, and I shot at 2 seconds because I did, you know, even my timing was pretty much spot on. I didn't want to lose just because I fucking faded out of time, you know. And so I shot at 2 seconds, and the maximum scores you get is 10.9. I got 10.7. Previous one I got 10.9.
Yeah.
10.7 on my second on my last shot, and it was, you know, and
Amazing
all
memory.
of the guys. This was at West Point Academy, and all the instructors and, you know, everybody, they all came up to me and, you know, congratulated me and said, and they just didn't believe that I'd never shot with that pistol before. You know,
That's lovely to hear, Mike. That's really good to hear. It's really good. You know, and you say it's a gold. It's not just a gold medal. It's a golden memory. It's something you need to. There are things that you need to hang on to, and just keep telling yourself it. Keep remembering it.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like that.
You know. Yeah, I mean, because you know, when I was in the army, I had an accident. I fell off the tank. Because I was a gunnery instructor on tanks, Challenger 2.
All right.
And one of the tanks was comms went down, so I had to go over and fix it. I climbed up on the back end of the tank. Now, bear in mind, it's pitch black. You're on a range, so there's no lights. I had a head torch, but head torches only work so much when you're looking. Even when you point it to the vehicle, there's no reflection.
Yeah.
It's matte. It's dark.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. And anyway, so I climbed up on the back of the vehicle because there's weapon systems on. Climbed onto the turret and said, right, don't drive us a turret. Got the vehicle fixed. Said, right, give me 30 seconds. This is get in touch with the trailer. Give me 30 seconds, and then you do what you like. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, so I climbed off the back of the turret to climb back off the back of the onto the back decks. So as I came up on my left foot, and there was nothing there.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit. And I was, and all I had on, I had a beret, my ear defenders, and my head torch, which was fucking useless, in that situation.
Yeah.
And anyway, so off I went, falling down, and hit the concrete on the left hand side. All I could do was just protect my head, and that was. So all down my left side just impacted on the.
Oh wow.
On the concrete. It was
That's another memory that's not quite so golden then.
No, yeah. Well, and that. So it took me about half an hour to get back to the trailer, and because I was lying there and the tank started moving forward. I thought, shit, right, move. I've got to move. I was in a really bad way at the time.
Yeah.
I thought, fuck, I had to move. I had to literally just, get off to the side, because a couple of minutes later, another tank came around the corner, and it's parked up in that spot, because they then ghost and do that, the next shoot.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have seen me, because I would have been too low down. So
Yeah.
they just wouldn't have seen me at all. So I managed to crawl off to the side, and then once the tank tipped up, I then crawled to the back of the range, and then it took me about half an hour to get back
Oh,
to the trailer.
good grief.
Got
That
to the
could
trailer
have
and-
that could have ended up a lot worse then as well, couldn't it?
I could have been a squashed mess on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. A tank is not going to leave much of you, is it?
No.
The golden
And,
memories.
I managed. I was housebound for about 6 months after that.
Wow. That's quite
It was a dark year.
It's quite a jolt then, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got a similar. I've got sort of memories, but you just need to keep remembering, keep reminding yourself. I don't know if I've told you. I'll tell everyone, so I probably have. I worked in a band for 20 odd years, and some of the memories from that are absolutely incredible. It's really, there's some of the things that occurred during that time. You think, wow, you cannot bottle it. You can't bottle it and drink it again, unfortunately, because it's just it's a live moment and that's it. But really good.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
I pinged you a friend request on. I was quite clever to do that. I pinged you a friend request on Discord, so I might actually on a message I might ping something across to you to do with a band, just so that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've added you. But yeah, it's life is it's hard. Life is so hard.
It certainly can be, yeah.
We don't take stock of what we've got.
Well, something that I've learned, especially over the past 5 years, which, as I said, is that famous song, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. And you think you do. You think you do know what you've got, but it's when it's gone, that's when you really know what you had.
Yeah. I mean, like with my wife, I seriously don't think I would be here if it wasn't for her.
Right.
Getting me through these last 10 years. It's been through, and because
Health-wise.
Health-wise, it's just been awful. But I've also been fighting, trying to get my pension, my military pension sorted. I think I'm just at the end of the road now. But it's taken me 10 years to get this far. And I'm exhausted with it.
It's crazy because that's something that you should not have to fight for. That's something that should be immediate and no hassle.
Yeah. Well, the problem was there was the pension things changed, and it was just that 2005 the pension things changed.
Yeah.
And what annoys me the most is that I ended up doing the fire strikes, covering fire strikes.
Oh yeah. So I was doing the fire strikes whilst the fire brigade
were on strike to try and preserve their pension. And we
Yeah.
had no choice with that, so we got stiffed massively. And because of that, that's why I'm in this situation. If it wasn't for
Yeah.
that, I wouldn't have been in this pension frigging limbo.
Yeah, that
So
should
hopefully,
not happen.
fingers crossed. So because my mobility now is very poor.
Is that as a result of the initial fall from the tank or other things?
Not initial, no, but subsequent injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was attributable to that.
Because an injury like that
yeah.
doesn't necessarily stop once you've healed it there. It can knock onto other things later on.
That's exactly.
And I know that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard. It's been a hard 10 years.
Well, hopefully it'll ease up. And I mean, once you've got that pension thing sorted out, obviously that'll be the one thing out of the way, won't it?
Yeah, well, mentally, it's actually stopped me from being able to function.
Yeah, I can well understand
I've
that.
been wanting to learn a new aircraft, for example. So I wanted to do the F-15 when that came out, but I couldn't. And then the F-4 came out, so I really wanted to do that, but I couldn't do that. The Apache, wanted to do that, but I couldn't do it because it's just too complex and I just couldn't fully focus. I have been able to do the Apache, the Kiowa,
Oh yeah.
but only because it's nowhere near as complex. But so I can do things, but not a massive detriment to my health and mental well-being. And that's one of the reasons why I do this, why I do DCS, because for those people that haven't used VR, VR is an amazing. It's so
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used it, and I'm afraid to try it because then I think I'd probably have to buy it. But I also have heard that there are some negatives of it, but I'm
there are
imagining that the positives must outweigh the negatives.
Yeah, they are really amazing, and you can sit. I mean, seriously, when you're sitting in the spit or any aircraft, and you're just sitting looking around, you're like, wow, you seriously feel. I mean, I was sitting a few months ago now. I was sitting in the Kiowa at AJ. He was my pilot, and I was talking to him, and he wasn't answering what I was doing. So I reached over and thumped him, or rather, I thought, and I was like, "I've just thumped you in your leg." He said,
That's like really in the moment, isn't it? That's sort of very that's to do with how real it feels, isn't it? Obviously.
But yeah, that's exactly what it was, and I couldn't believe on how immediately immersive that because that's what it is, and you're sitting there, when I'm looking at the MFD, so you've kind of got to sort of lean forward slightly just to look at the screen because that's how it is. It's so good, and the one thing is, I mean, when I first started flying, I was like everybody else, using the mouse like you use to look around. Or
I use Track IR now. Yeah.
Or you use Track IR, but anyway, when I went to VR and started flying in VR, my neck was so painful I could barely bloody move.
Well, as a result of it.
No, this was before. So when I first started doing it, I found it so hard to look over my shoulder. And luckily, because I'm in a wheelchair, I can literally just turn my wheelchair and I can look know what I mean? So I can get that extra.
Well,
But
yeah,
now,
okay.
now it doesn't bother me because you know, my neck is you know.
You've
is
exercised
soft
it
enough now.
back into
Yeah.
subtlety.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know, there are pros and cons to it. One of the downsides is when you're flying. So if you've got somebody on your tail, for example, and you're you know, looking, you can just push a key, and you're looking behind you, and it's instant. You know, back there, back forward again. But you can't do that in VR. Your neck would snap off. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
so there's only, you know, so
I only ever
you know,
used track
especially if you
AR.
look away back.
So for me, looking behind me would be that thing. I'm moving my head. I have never found a key to look behind. Probably because of my own like wrist and digit issues. I mean, that can be awkward to get to sometimes. There's like hat switches on the top of my stick, which my thumb should reach, but because of my issues, it doesn't. So I do things in other ways. But having keys that flick me round for a view, I've never done that. I've always just used, since I've had track IR, that's all I've ever used to look around.
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously edit track IR so that you can save your neck. You don't, you know, you only have to look. I think what most people do is they set it up so that when they look to the right hand side of the screen, that's fully right.
Yeah, well, you can have it so you look behind you. You just amplify it, but the only trouble with that is it can then make it very fast
Twitchy.
on the movement, very twitchy. Yeah, so
That's right. Yeah.
I tend to have
you
mine
find-
more gentle.
You know, there are some really good. Do you use the paid one, or do you use OpenTrack or something?
No, it's track IR5. The
Yeah.
actual track IR5 is what I've
I mean,
got.
I use I've got OpenTrack, and then and what I did was that I 3D printed my own headset and whatever.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
And just bought some infrared LEDs and whatever. Because you want it with infrared, because otherwise any light in the room obviously causes issues.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, where I sit at the moment, behind me there's a window. So if I was to
Well,
fly
you're gonna
during the
get
day,
reflection.
I have to. Well,
Yeah.
it's any light coming in the window completely blows it away. Track IR. So when I have had blinds made for the windows, that one behind me is actually a blackout blind. Light can't come through it. So that's why I have to put, if I'm going to do anything during the day, which is pretty unusual, but if I do, that blind has to come down for track IR to work.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I had to do as well was I had to change the camera. I had to open up the camera, and there's a little filter that you get to take out, and that's the infrared filter.
All
So
right.
you take that out, and then it just sees in the infrared.
Right.
But then it that means then you just use infrared LEDs. And then what you do is you put in. I just use normal cassette tape, and then what you do is you cut a few trims, slithers of cassette tape, and then you can then stack it up, and then put that in front of the camera, so that basically it's an ND filter.
Oh, okay.
And then you basically, you can darken it down effectively.
Yeah.
So then the infrared LED, it's going to see the infrared LED anyway, because it's on that wavelength.
Yeah.
Plus then you're going to you get rid of the all the other external light sources. So that's
Yeah.
how to go around that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's really just that window behind me that gives me the issue, but that is overcome with the blackout blind that does work okay.
I should have actually just jumped in and could have been doing some shooting.
Well, you could have done, but then we wouldn't have been able to chat so easily, or we would have been chatting and crashing.
Correct.
I've
But
I've dropped a YouTube link, by the way, to you on a message on Discord.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. And just to run over it briefly, it's about 9 minutes, I think, from a gig that we did. Do you remember the name Pfizer? They're the ones that did the COVID jabs. But there was no such thing as COVID jabs when I did it. This goes back to 96. Yeah. So and so I'm doing bass and main vocals, and that was quite a pleasant gig. What's good about it in some ways is because it was an afternoon gig. We had light, whereas normally during the evening it's all dim. To record video when it's all dim doesn't work quite so well. But that was quite a nice gig. But yeah, so on bass and vocals, and there's a few things on there that you might find.
Yeah, I'll watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, ideally shove headphones in or earbuds or something, because it'll sound better that way.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Thanks for that. But yeah, it's I say, if you fancy doing anything during the week, just give me a message. Send me a message. We'll arrange to meet up. And if you want, we'll stream it, and I'll record it. I mean, we can simulcast if you want. And then what we can do is go through the stuff and talk you through, flying in the. I would recommend doing the Huey first, and then we could progress on to, the Chinook.
Okay.
I'm
well,
not
I mean,
fully okay with the Chinook, but I can fly it. But I think learning in the Huey will give you a far greater understanding.
Especially
sort of coming into land is, I'll show you. You can do sort of like the cone of shame.
Right.
So whereas basically you fly around in a circle until you stop and slow down.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I find slowing down and losing altitude are the two bigger problems when I'm coming in at there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll teach you how to avoid that.
Yeah, one of the A20s just crashed. I think I guess that if I can fly the Huey, I should find the Chinook even easier than I do now. I mean, I don't find it easy. At the moment, I can take off reasonably well, I can fly reasonably well, but it's that coming back in for landing that gives me the issues. And of course, that also applies to the Huey.
Yeah, and that's what I said. What we do, what I generally sort of do with people is we just take, we'll just take off and hover, and then what we do is we move left and right, forward and backwards, and just in a little box.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then by the end of that, you feel really confident. And then what we do is we then progress it on to do other things, and at the end, what I do is I say, right, there's your collective. We get you into the hover, so you're just hovering, and then say, right, without touching your collective, climb up that hill. And
touching the collective, do what? Sorry.
Climb up a hill.
Climb up the hill. So go forward and up.
Yeah.
Okay, so without the collective.
So basically, without actually touching the collective to add any extra power, any more power into the aircraft, you'll just be in ground effectively.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then we get you then to move, and we can get, I can get you up pretty much almost any hill, within reason, but I can get you up maybe 5,000 feet.
Okay, well that sounds interesting. I mean, in the coming week, certainly, I know I've got two things that I've got doing, but I also know I've got other things that I don't know when they're going to occur, so I can't make anything firm. But if I get to somewhere in the middle of the week where I can set a time and date, then I'll drop you a message.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd
And as I say,
appreciate that.
we could, if you want, we'll do a simulcast, or if you want, we can, record it and
When you say
go back over it.
simulcast, being simple, simulcast to me just means that you're streaming and so am I. Is that it, or are
That's
they in
right,
some way
yes,
tied
yeah,
together?
So what? Yeah. So when I go to stream, it'll then say, "Do you want to knock on the unit?" Basically, it'll join our streams together. So anybody can watch who's watching from each stream. We'll basically be able to see both. I've never really done it. It'll be
Okay.
my first time, but that's how I understand it. It joins the two streams together.
That's
So
another
you can
point
see
of
each
interest then.
Yeah. But then we'll look at that, and yeah, it's because yeah, I like to try and branch out a little.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
good to do
that's one of the reasons why I got the Chinook, because I thought, well, I fly the Spit all the time, and I'll be quite happy doing that. But I feel as though I should try something else. And with the Chinook, I could do things like go down to one of the airfields south of where we are and pick up supplies. I'm not sure how much you're aware of this mission, but the supplies can run out. So that's why what happens when we destroy enemy units, they leave behind a container, and the container can then be picked up by a chopper and brought back to this airfield and processed either as ammo or as fuel. But if there's not much happening around the airfield, you might need to go somewhere else. So we can go down to another airfield where they've got stocks, pick up stocks from there. But it's a bit of a run, but pick up stocks from there and supplies from there and bring them back here. So that's what I thought. Well, that's a good thing for me to do, just to fly, because it's a long flight. So just flying and getting the feel of it.
And that's something that a lot of people don't realise, that when you we've got on our server, for example, we've got Caesar.
That's what Laxor's done on here as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you obviously lose your pilot, we get Caesar. But we've got all sorts of stuff going on, and I think that doing all these little extra things to give the pilots something to do. So for example, one of the things we have is Morse code. So when you so you can have a TACAN or something at an airfield, and it'll give Morse code for that airfield. So I mean that'd actually work with your Spit, for example, because you can then do omen. Yeah,
because if have you got my stream up at the moment?
Yes, yeah.
Well, there you go. Morse code on the belly light and the backlight. Yeah. Not that I know Morse code. I used to know it as a cadet decades ago. But don't remember it now.
Well, what I did was, if you go into your F10 menu, and then you find a circle. So let's just bring it up.
F10. You're talking about go to map.
Yes. And then if you click on the circle, there's a, let's have a look on the map. I don't see any circles. Right, go to the top of the map, top of your screen. You've got a circle. Circle.
Yeah.
So if you click on that and then put a label down, a marker down.
Right, I've clicked
just
on
anywhere
it.
on any. Yeah, and then click on the map.
I'm only getting a hand. Hang on.
Yeah, just click once on the map. So no.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm treating it like Paint, where you have to click and then drag down to make a circle. But this is just placing a circle. Yeah.
So
okay.
Right, you see where it says, obviously it's got your name, Bill, and then what you can do is you can put in text in there.
Okay.
So you can click on that name underneath your name,
and then you can type some text. So what we started doing was, so we'd have Morse code in there, so A, B, B or something, and then what we'd then do is then put in the dot dash dash, you know, for that particular, whatever it is for the Morse code. So you know, so you've got your Morse code, but you might not know what the Morse code digits are.
Yeah.
But because we put it in the actual text message, so you look at it and you know you're looking for a dot space dash something.
Yeah.
Just for example.
Right.
And then so when you're on the frequency, you'll then hear that dot do do do
Ah,
do.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's what you're listening out for. So you know that you're looking, you know you've got the correct frequency,
Yeah.
homing frequency,
Yeah. All right.
and then do it that way. And you know we've done loads of different things to aid, you know, piloting. You know, a lot of people on our server don't like the server because you can't. Some of the times you can't see yourself on the map, and they're like, oh, well, I can't, you know.
Yeah.
If I can't see myself on the map, I'm not interested. And you know, you would be, well, you probably wouldn't be amazed of how many people, you know, there's a lot of players that just, you know, if they can't see themselves on the map, they just can't be bothered, you know.
Yeah. No, I'd
And
still go for it if I couldn't see myself on a map. But
yeah.
I'm a bit of a wally, and as much as I would need
Well,
to see myself on a map because my recognition
well,
of the ground isn't that good.
yeah. Well, you've got your knee board. I mean, if you Shift K to bring up your knee board. I don't know if you can get it, or if you have to jump in. I can't remember.
I just hit Shift K and it didn't do anything.
Shift K.
Yeah, I
Right
did
Shift
that.
K.
Right Shift specifically.
Yeah, there you go. You can see it on the that's the knee board there.
Right.
So, and then what you can do, your bracket keys, your square brackets, they change the page. Yeah.
Okay.
So the bracket page changes from page to page, so you can go forwards and backwards. And then, so what you can then do is do Control K, which will then give you a chevron to show you where you are on the map and where you're facing. Now, the only downside to this is that chevron's going to be there all the time. So if you're doing constant sort of forwards and backwards, and you're putting in chevrons all the time, it then becomes very difficult to remember where you are.
Yeah.
Or to see where you are. Now, you can get around that by getting a new aircraft, so that you know there is that option. But some people just don't want to, you know, that. Well, that's too difficult, you know. Like freaking hell, you know. This is easy.
Well, for me, it would be very uncomfortable because I have to reach for the keyboard. I'd have to try and map all these things.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I haven't got enough buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could use a what's it key? A modifier key. Have you used the modifier keys before?
Well, yeah, we use that for our push to talk. You mean like using Alt Control whatever?
Yeah. Well, so what I would do, so on my controller, I'll use my pinky switch as my Alt, my modifier key. So you know, I can use my trigger to, let's say, shoot gun number 1. I can pull in the modifier key or pinky switch and then pull the trigger again, and then I get a different trigger.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So you can just add that in. That's what I do with those. So basically I've got, you know, 2 hats on the control. Well, I've got 3 hats in total. So I can pull in the pinky switch. It then gives me 6 hats.
Oh, I got you. I got you. See what you're saying. Yeah, I think Lexor does similar with his stuff. Yeah.
But as I said, with the map system or the kneeboard map, you know, that's really good. But a lot of people, you know, wouldn't even use that. But you know, this is where, you know, we try to put a lot of complexity into it so that it can cope, you know, for all sorts of players. We've kind of sort of relented now, and we've said, right, you can see yourself on the map, but that's only for the single player, for your own aircraft. For anybody else, you don't get to see where anybody else is, so you've got to kind of find them the old-fashioned way. But yeah, as I say, the kneeboard is really good in that respect.
New ball game, isn't it? It's a new ball game, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
And it takes me quite a bit of setting up. But what I don't want to be doing at any point is reaching forward to touch anything on the keyboard, because that's a no-no for me. Because reaching around when your wrists don't bend, because I've obviously got my stick in front of me, my keyboard is beyond that, and to reach round and get the keys that I want, well, you wouldn't believe how awkward it can be when your wrists don't bend in either direction. So they don't bend forward and back, they don't bend side to side. It's like a stick from elbow to knuckle. So when you've got that, using the keyboard becomes a problem.
You might be better off actually getting a sort of there's like a little sort of mini keyboard that you can get with, you know, a programmable keyboard, and you can do sort of stuff with that.
Yeah.
Or just even like a half keyboard, you know, you can get stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it depends how far I want to push it, I suppose, really. As long as I'm flying, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I might not need that level of complexity. I don't know.
But, you know, as I say, I mean, you've always got so if you jump in your cockpit now and you look down on your knee, you'll see your kneeboard there anyway. And
that doesn't change though, does it?
It does. It didn't used to, but it does now. So you can see that, and then if you click one of the bracket keys, you'll see the page change.
No, that's not happening for me. The square brackets.
Yeah.
No, that's not doing anything on my kneeboard.
Alright. It does on. I'm sure it does on the Huey.
Oh yeah, maybe later aircraft. Aircraft, yeah, because that could be effectively. Well, no, not on a Huey maybe, but on later aircraft.
If you try Control K and see if it puts a chevron on. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. It didn't earlier on actually when I tried it. So Control, either Control.
Yeah, well, normally right Control K.
Okay, hold on.
You might not be able to do that with your hands.
I have to use two hands for that, but no, it's not. Let me get the kneeboard up again. That was what was it? Was that shift?
Right shift K. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got that up. So would that put a chevron on this? What I'm on now? This just like the airfield.
Yeah, so no, it won't do it on the airfield. You have to go to the so do left bracket, and that should take you back to the map. Oh. Probably right.
Oh, right.
Keep going left. Keep going left. What you can do as well on this is you can add favorites. So if you've got a specific airfield you're on, you can add a pin. Say on the bottom left you've got pin. So you can click on that and then it'll give you a new tab. So as you can see now, so if you go back to that, go back to your normal screen, where it was, on the map, F10 map. Sorry, on your kneeboard map, sorry.
On the kneeboard, right, hold on. What do you call the normal map? Hang on.
Sorry, no, the map you're on, yeah, the kneeboard, sorry. If you just bring up the map, where it shows the map.
Well, clicking through.
Yeah, just keep going until you get back to where it says the map.
Well, I'm seeing hundreds of pages, but I'm not seeing like a normal map.
They're just all the airfields.
Oh right, so because it's got all the airfields, I'm gonna have to go through loads then.
Yeah, well, what you can do is you can normally it's either if you go and it only keeps showing you those, just go back the other way and it'll put you back into it. But what you can do is you can then click the pin, and then it'll put a tab at the top. Right. And then so if you keep doing so,
Yeah, so if you do pin again,
I'm not seeing pin.
on the left hand side.
Oh, on the left. Sorry,
keyboard,
the
bottom
other
bottom
left.
On
Okay, so
on
it's
the
put a
bottom
tab
left.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
It's-
see the pink bit at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll give you another
Oh,
one,
okay.
so, yeah, and then you can keep doing that. And you
Okay.
can then just flick between them. And so if you're working at a particular airfield, you can then say, right, you know, I'll then change that and say, right, I want that. So you can literally just quickly select that. And I think you can zoom in as well, I think, maybe. Can't
To
remember.
letters
Just
clips.
click on the orange one again.
Y is no.
Orange tab. And then I think your screens, your TV screens
To
in the way,
letters
so I can't
clips.
see it. But I think there's
Why
a
is
zoom
no one
that
whacking
can
you
do.
stream?
Try your middle mouse wheel, see if you can zoom in.
Yeah, I'm using the mouse where it's not zooming.
Yeah, I can't remember if you can or not on this.
No.
But what you can do is you can select, you know, the different maps, you know, the pages that you require, because you might want an overview map, and then you might want a couple of zoomed in maps. So this is obviously done when you're in the mission editing.
Yeah.
But you know, once it's there, you can then. So there you go. So you can then add that pin if you hit pin now, and that'll add another.
Oh, I've
tab.
lost the.
No.
I've lost the pin now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
so
lost
go
the pin
back,
button.
That's it, and then just
Oh, yeah.
left bracket once, or whatever it is, right bracket. Can't remember. And then what you do is you click the pin, and you'll get a further. That's it. Further tab. So all you have to now do is you just click it on the tabs to change that, and that'll then give you a better. You know, it's a quick way of getting around your maps.
Yeah.
Just have a look down on your knee board, on your knee, physical knee. Down.
Yeah.
Look down in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Just to see if you can see if it's changed on them. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not changing on that. No.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I can't. It might have been the F5 actually when the F5 got upgraded. That might be the one that.
I mean, that might be because they could have effectively have like tablets instead of like bits of paper on their knee.
Yeah, I think what on the F5 that changes because they've just updated that. So it'll probably get changed into all these other ones as updates go along.
Yeah.
So you'll find that knee board, you won't need that knee board. It'll be just down in on your leg. So all you would then do is just use the bracket keys to move between the things.
Yeah, that would make more
and
sense
then
because this takes quite a chunk of screen, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, and it's quite annoying. If you then push K on its own, it'll then disappear.
Oh, right.
And
So
then,
Shift K and K.
No, just K.
I mean, to bring it on, it's Shift.
And then Shift K will bring it on permanently. And then if you just wanted it to pop up on its own, you could just push your K button. It'll then be up, and when you release it, it'll then disappear again.
Okay.
So there you go. So that's an
That's another. That's a
way
new
to-
big ball game.
So now you know how to use your knee board. You know, select the pages, use the chevron. So the chevron basically points where you are on the map and which direction you're in.
I couldn't show the chevron, but I'm sure that I have in the past because I have tried the knee board.
It is there.
Where?
Just if you go on your knee board again, and you'll see a circle, but inside that circle is the chevron.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
No, on the kilo knee board. Yeah, that's it. You might have to click on orange tab, or in fact the blue tab, because that's a zoomed in one.
So to get the chevron is what?
Right. Go to blue tab. That's it. And so you can see at the left-hand edge of that airfield, you can see the circle. Now, right control and K we'll drop a chevron. But I think you've already got one in there. But if you take off, and and then do Control K, it'll then add a chevron. You don't have to be in the map.
So it's taking
You
your
have to be
position and it would put it on the map with that. Yeah. So you don't have to put it there. It
So-
just takes it. Yeah.
So as you're flying along, you don't need to open the map, open the kneeboard to drop a chevron. You can just do Control K as you're flying along, and then when you do open up the map kneeboard, you'll then see it on there.
Yeah. This sounds familiar. I must have done this at some point in the past. Because this is sound familiar, but I'm sort of forgotten most of it. But, I won't take off now because I'll need to. Actually, I should fold pretty soon because it's gone 3 o'clock. And in theory, I mean, I'm getting an early night tonight. In theory, I've got the guy coming tomorrow to do me boiler service, and I don't want to turn up with wearing my sleep shorts. You know.
I know what you mean. So. Right, well, lovely chatting to you, Bill.
Yeah, and yourself, Mike.
Yeah, and we'll catch you on sometime.
Yeah, well, when I've got a time that suits, I'll drop a message. No, we've got contact now, so I'll drop a message onto Discord to suggest a time and date.
Well, if it means that we do it on the weekend, we do it on the weekend. I'm more than happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks very much. Sorry for all the ladies and gentlemen that was watching and listening
That's
to
all
our,
right. There's a few viewers. You know, someone says, "Why is no one whacking your stream?" I suppose that was meant to be watching your stream. Well, if no one's watching my stream, there are 6 people watching it, which for me is reasonably good actually. But they're not watching it because I'm not doing anything really. We're just having a good old chin wag. So what? Let's do it.
You know, Well, so it's interesting. Everybody has their own lives, and it's nice to have a glimpse into other people's lives of what's happened.
Yeah.
And
all right. Well,
the way we are.
I'll see about sorting out a date. And date and time that might suit, and offer that to you, or a few possibilities, and then we'll see what we can do about doing a Huey. I'm okay to go with the Huey.
I would like to at some point. I want to get in the Mozzie, and we'll do some. I want to do some. I'll come and do some shooting and blowing up and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Take care. Thanks for being there, Mike. It's very nice of you to join. A good old chinwag. Thanks so much. Take care, mate.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, and for the sake of my stream, I'm rather sorry that nothing much has been happening. Mike and I have had a good old chinwag. It's been really enjoyable for me and useful, helpful, informative. But if you were listening just a second ago, you know that I need to get into bed. Well, I need to just turn in so that I can be up in time for the guy that's got to come and do my boiler. So I'm a bit snookered time-wise on that. So, and I wouldn't normally fly on a Sunday anyway. So we only did this because we had internet issues on Friday. We normally fly Friday and Saturday. Had internet issues on Friday, so we decided, because it didn't really happen much then, we decided to do an extra one on like tonight. And even then, most of that has been me trying to sort out my Spitfire engine sound, because Echo 19 sound is not having it at the moment. Since an update of DCS, my Echo 19 Spitfire engine sound isn't there. So all I've got is the DCS sound, and it's nothing like as good as far as I'm concerned. So I want that sound back, and maybe it will come back when I try a few other things, but I just don't know. So folks, thanks for being patient, and I hope that you've got some interest out of our chat, if nothing else. But look, just to show you that I'm going to fold now. I've cut my engine, so I'll give it a few seconds just for people that, if anyone wants to say goodnight. Toe lettuce clips included, of course. Why no one watching my stream? Well, there we are. Gave you the reasons earlier on, I think. So I'm going to give it a few seconds if anyone wants to respond, and then I will fold. Okay, folks. Gave that more a few seconds because I did something else. But I'm assuming that no one has anything to add or questions to ask or whatever. So I'm going to close the stream now, and we should next be flying on Friday evening, and that's roughly, I don't know, 23:30 roughly UK time that we might start that. But we might, Mike and I might also fly sometime during the week. I just really don't know how that's going to work yet, what day, etc. But so if I do, I'll stream, and so anyone that's subscribed will see that I'm streaming, and then it's up to them if they want to take a look. It'd just be Mike assisting me in the in learning to fly the Huey with more ability. I can do the Chinook better than I can fly the Huey. The Huey is, I'm finding it very difficult in places, so Mike thinks he can help me with that, so we might do that. maybe during this coming week. In the meantime, take care everybody, thanks for being there, take care. I'm going to close down now. Take care, good night, TTFN.